Baseball is a game that's full of statistics and numbers, and here at 3 Up, 3 Down, we like to make some videos here to help us understand some of these more advanced statistics. And in today's video, we're going to do just that, taking a look at hard hit percentage and barrel percentage. Let's go. So we're going to kick things off with the easier of the two, looking at hard hit percentage. And hard hit percentage is very simple in terms of the game of baseball. Any ball that's hit with an exit velocity of 95 miles per hour or higher is a hard hit ball. It's as simple as that. And so hard hit percentage is the number of hard hit balls a batter has through the season divided by the number of balls he puts into play throughout the year. And there you have hard hit percentage, a number that gets quoted every now and then on broadcasts. You might say, well, why is hard hit percentage so important then? Well, it helps us understand the ability of our player to get hits. A batter that hits the ball harder is more likely to get a hit. And that's why you want the batters hitting the ball as hard as they can. And when I take a look at the league leaders, the league average sits around 35% across Major League Baseball. The above average players are 45% and higher. And when you take a look at the top 5 from last year, Aaron Judge led the way at a whopping 61% hard hit rate, followed by Shohei Ohtani at 60.1%. Juan Soto came in at 57%. Fernando Tatis Jr. 55.8% and Kyle Schwarber at 55.5%. Now the interesting thing is the fourth lowest hard hit percentage in all of baseball was this guy named Luis Arraez, who just so happened to have won 3 straight batting titles. So it doesn't have to be the be all and end all, but it certainly helps. And once you have an understanding of hard hit percentage, you can take it one step further to barrel percentage. And what exactly is a barrel in baseball? Well, I can tell you it doesn't have anything to do with the barrel of the bat necessarily. A barrel is the optimal combination of exit velocity and launch angle that yields the best chance of getting a hit. So the harder you hit the ball at the perfect angle, the more likely you are to get a hit. In fact, a higher barrel rate actually promotes a higher probability of extra base hits for a batter. So what defines an optimal exit velocity with a launch angle to get this so-called barrel? To understand barrel rate, we have to look at what's called the barrel zone. So a 98 mile per hour hit in the launch angle of 26 to 30 degrees would be considered a barrel. And then as miles per hour increase, so does the range for the launch angle. So 99 miles per hour would actually increase the range from 25 degrees to 31 degrees in terms of the optimal launch angle. So the harder the ball is hit, the larger zone there would be in terms of launch angle to qualify as a barrel. And just like hard hit percentage, barrel percentage is the number of barrels throughout the season divided by the number of balls in play. And in 2024, you had your league leaders that looked very, very similar to hard hit percentage. Aaron Judge came in at 14.9%, Shohei Ohtani 14.1%, Juan Soto 12.8%, Giancarlo Stanton at 12.4%, Bobby Witt Jr. at 10.9%, and down there in the bottom 5, Luis Arraez at 1.5%. So typically you'll see above average powers hitters sitting at 10 to 15%, with the elite of the elite hitting around that 15% or potentially even higher. You see Aaron Judge leading the way at 14.9. Now for me, barrel rate is more important than hard hit rate because of the measure of the launch angle. And the player I hear so much about in terms of this regard is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. When Vladdy was doing poorly in 2022 and 2023, he was still hitting the ball very hard. He had a very high hard hit percentage still, but his launch angle was very low. He was hitting a lot of hard ground balls. Harder hit ground balls tend to lead to outs more often. Even though he's hitting the ball hard, the barrel rate is going to be lower. This season in 2024, he was back in the top 10 in terms of barrel percentage because he was elevating the ball more often, creating that hard contact, leading to a higher probability of extra base hits, and we see the results pay off. His second best season in terms of doubles and home runs, just falling behind his career best in 2021. So there's an example of a player who really benefits and is affected by launch angle and not just hard hit rate, making barrel percentage even more important than hard hit percentage. Hard hit percentage, though, is still useful because it can tell whether a player is unlucky or not. If a player still has a high hard hit rate and yet is still making a lot of outs, that's not a bad position for a hitter. It just may be that they're getting unlucky, and that will help us lead into some of the expected statistics in baseball, such as expected batting average, expected slugging percentage. All those things were just one more statistic we have to learn about in the game of baseball. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of another 3 Up, 3 Down video here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you need to make sure you are so you can find out all kinds of other baseball analytics and all kinds of the fun stuff I have planned for this off season. As always, I greatly appreciate everyone's support, especially those of you who hit that subscribe button. Share it out with all your baseball friends. Until next time, take care, everyone.